G'day, welcome to Mt.Coramba Apiculture. It's Sunday, the 14th of May, 2023. Just back up at Nymboida. To follow up on last week, I fed a heap of these nukes, a couple of litres of sugar syrup. So just want to go back in and see what they've taken up and see how they're going. Another 30 litres spread out here on the ground so that give them some more if they need it. The thing I've done is bought a bag of custom bee feed, this pollen supplement. So just set up a couple of feeders here and give them a bit of pollen supplement as well. So hopefully the bush critters don't get too interested in it, and the bees can clean it up. It should just give them a little boost. I've used it before, it's really good, the bees love it. So yeah, I'll just show you the feeder setup and how I do it. There's 100 ways of doing it, and this is the way I do it. So yeah, we'll get out and have a look at these bees. It's a nice warm day, it's a little bit overcast, we may get some rain, so just need to hop in and get started. So we'll go and have a look and see what they're doing. So we'll do our first nuke here, just see how they're looking. Bees are flying in and out nicely. Bit of pollen on the legs, which is good. Plenty of bees there. Plenty of beetles. Let's feel how this weighs. Yeah, so they've drained that dry, which is good. See what they put away. This hive had plenty of stores, but yeah, they're putting nectar in there, so that's good. Not nectar, sugar syrup. See how this frame looks. So it's heavy. You might remember we turned this frame around so I can see fresh sugar syrup being put away in there. So they've still got plenty of capacity to put more away. So we'll fill them up again. I can go around again with another couple of litres. Yeah, that's dry right to the bottom, so that's good. Something up tight again. Special funnel. It's got that syrup mixed. We'll give them 2 litres again. So that's good. Let's look at this second nuke. I don't think they're all as strong as that first one. Yeah, they look great. Once again, let's have a quick look and see what they've taken up out of these feeders. Yep, it's empty. So that's good going. They've put 2 litres away. Let's have a look at this frame that would have been nearly empty. It's good, you can see all that fresh syrup gone in around there. These are beautiful, it's just sitting on the frames. Really great temperament, these queens. Frame of brood. So that's good, plenty of stores in there. A little bit of pollen being stored just here. You can see pollen coming in on this bee. That's good. Get that back out of the way. See what's going on here. Nice full frame of sealed honey. So these guys are not having any problems. Let's have a look at this frame of brood. There's that queen walking around there, and I can see eggs and larvae in there, so they're going well. They're not setting the world on fire, but yeah, that looks much better. So these, at least they won't be out looking for, out working hard to get nectar when there is none. So that's good. So we'll top this feeder up again. Another 2 litres. It's not in there actually. Yeah. Fish a couple of bees out. That's good. They're good to go. I think maybe, you know, a couple more rounds of feed and these will be fine for the winter. Nuke number 3. Once again, it's completely empty. So we'll just throw a couple of litres in here. See how these frames look. So remember I turned these frames around, so this side had nothing drawn on it, so they've just started to draw that out and even start to cap it, so yeah, they're really putting those stores away. See here's a little bit of pollen in there as well, so it's a good sign. So my queen's going. Bit of brood there. Lovely quiet bees. A nice healthy brood there, so yeah, that's good. This will just set them up. Set these up nicely for winter. They'll come out of winter here, which for us is about middle of July. We'll be putting these couple of frames of foundation back in here and they'll go ahead nicely, so that's good. You might recall last week I had a hive that had no stores in it at all. This is the one here. I'm looking at it again, so I've just put 2 litres of sugar in there. Last week I put 3 or 4 litres in. There's still nothing at all stored in these frames, and I would have expected they'd put a bit in, so I'll fill them right up again. I don't know, there's a few bees out the front. I'm wondering if they got robbed. So anyway, we'll give them as much as we can. So that frame feed is full to the brim. And yeah, we'll just see what they do. So there's nothing Nothing at all in that frame. There's a queen in here, I just saw her. So that's light. Nothing at all in that. There's a little tiny bit of seal brood. Not a skerrick of syrup in there. Just a few little frames of, a few little cells of pollen. I don't know what's going on here. They may have got robbed. Might just close your entrance right up. Tiny little bit of brood there. Once again, not a skerrick of sealed honey in there at all. It's really unusual. Nothing on that frame either, so let's just see how they go. I'll seal that entrance up. It's not like there's a heap of bees missing. I'll seal that entrance right up so one bee can get in and out. And I'll see how they look next week. There's quite a few dead bees out the front here. Yeah, they may have just got robbed. Okay, well, nuke number 4. Once again empty. Look at some of these frames, see what they're doing. It's nice and heavy. So once again we can see putting syrup into that cone. It's good. What's happening here? It's heavy. It's stored honey. Still plenty of space there for them to put syrup away, so we'll keep feeding these bees until they're full. And then I don't have to worry whether they've got resources or not. So nice frame of brood there, lots of seal brood. You can see larvae, eggs and larvae in there, and they're putting syrup away in there, so that's good. Muck around with them any more than we need to. Get them out. They're 2 litres. Close them up. So they look great. So I'm just revisiting this little nuke that I think got robbed out with all its sugar syrup. So I've gone to another hive. Lost a lot of population there. So I've gone to another hive and just got a frame of pollen and unsealed honey, so or a bit of sealed honey and just resources anyway. You can see a nice patch of pollen there, sealed honey, and another nice patch of pollen here. So I'll just throw that in there to give them something to go on with, because they're really dry. There's the queen walking around there, so hopefully that'll give them a little bit more optimism. I've also sealed the entrance right up just so only one bee can get in and out at a time, so might just ease the robbing up on them a little bit, so hopefully that helps them. They're in dire straits. They're into that sugar syrup, they don't muck around, they're just straight into it, sucking it up. Nice to see. Oh, good luck. So I looked through this hive last week on the 7th of May and noticed one of the frames was just covered in queen cells. Clearly wasn't going to swarm this time of year, and not a hive that looked like swarming, so something going on. And as I do, I just close it up and think, well, let's come back and have another look next week. So let's just see what was going on in there, see if we can find a cause, or see if it is queenless or not. Beautiful big fat frame of pollen there, really nice. Certainly haven't, even though I've started feeding pollen now, they're certainly not in particular need of it. They've got plenty stored there. More worried about the nukes than anything. So yeah, nice fat frame of pollen there again. Nectar and pollen, so they're really backfilling that brood nest with resources, which can often mean they're queenless. So in the brood here now. Unfortunately the sun's gone. I just can't see if there's eggs or larvae in there. Frame that had all the queen cells on it. Yeah, so you can see them all where they were. They're all torn down. So maybe a young queen's hatched there. Hard to say. There was a dozen queen cells on it. You can see them there again, all torn down. See the remnants of them there. So. I just couldn't see any eggs and larvae last week as well, so whatever they're doing, I don't know. There's no brood there at all, so there's another queen cell there torn down, so yeah. Nothing. So yeah, I'm not sure what's happening there. I'll give them another week or two and just see what happens. It's really hard for them to requeen this time of year. I'm not seeing a lot of drones in these hives. One there, whether there's drones around or not, I don't know. Even then, it's a month to get them mated and laying again. So this hive's taken quite a setback. That's the third or fourth one that's throwing the towel in terms of queens. So anyway, that's okay. I'll give them another week or two and just see what happens. I'm not so worried about beetles at the moment because it's a bit cold for them to do too much damage. They don't really lay in this cold weather, so I'm not terribly worried about beetles knocking them. Let's just see what happens. We'll just follow it and see how it goes, and I think it'll pretty much, I doubt it'll do much good, so I think it'll just end up getting put onto other hives and overwintered that way, so I don't lose these resources. So anyway, let's close it up and look at next week. So this is how I set up my dry pollen feeders. It's just a honey bucket with half a lid cut out. That's the custom bee feed inside there. Bees are just starting to take an interest in it now. They've been out for about an hour, so yeah, as I said, hopefully the local critters don't take too much interest in it. The cattle are down in the other paddocks, so they won't worry them at the moment. Yeah, you can only dry feed up here. If you put pollen patties inside these hives, the small hive beetle just go crazy on them, so yeah, you can't use the big slabs of pollen patties that you see being used in the northern hemisphere. You just can't do it on the east coast of Australia, not in these tropical areas anyway. You'll just get your hive slimed. So yeah, let's see how that goes, and hopefully it gives these bees a bit of a lift. So that's custom bee feed. I'll leave a link to the company in the description under the video. So I don't get paid to promote them, I just like the product, and if you're looking for where to get some good pollen sub, they're the guys to see, in my opinion. I'm sure there are others just as good, however they're the ones I use.